Welcome to this video investigation into the complex interplay of wealth, power, and the mechanisms of New York City real estate. We will explore how trillion-dollar wealth, municipal policies, and political loops converge. To understand the current landscape, we must first analyze the scale of modern wealth. We'll look at public perceptions, zero-sum economic models, and the reality behind the emergence of the first paper trillionaire. The trillionaire era is characterized by two key factors: extreme wealth tied to paper equity in corporate valuation rather than liquid cash, and a human tendency to perceive economic gains as a zero-sum game. To grasp the true scale of a trillion, consider this. While a billion seconds is roughly 32 years, a trillion seconds spans over 31,000 years. This massive disparity fuels ongoing public debate regarding institutional trust. Next, we examine the insulated class, a term highlighting the growing division between public rhetoric and the taxpayer-subsidized lifestyles enjoyed by certain political figures. Take Gracie Mansion as an example. It serves as an executive residence where public funds cover rent, utilities, and security, creating a stark contrast for officials who may otherwise advocate for anti-wealth policies. Now let's deconstruct the NY property loop. This cycle involves capital flow, long-term tax exemptions, and campaign contributions that define the city's housing market dynamics. Development often brings a temporary boost to local payrolls. However, this is often offset by long-term tax abatements, like the 485X program, which can exempt developers from taxes for decades, shifting the burden onto the public. This chart illustrates the public deficit. While private developers secure land and rent yields, tax subsidies effectively remove funds that could otherwise support essential public services like schools and infrastructure. The generational gap is clear. While labor wages are flat and heavily taxed, developer equity compounds over decades. Furthermore, tax-deferred refinancing and step-up basis laws allow for the tax-free transfer of massive estates. This cycle is sustained by a, quote, commission loop. Campaign donations secure policy favors, and those who shape policy often move into lucrative positions within the networks of the developers they once regulated. The transparency case regarding LLCs illustrates this power. Despite initial efforts to mandate disclosure of real estate owners on a public registry, intense industry pressure successfully stripped these requirements. Political deflection is a common tactic. OECD research suggests that targeting private creators often serves as a distraction, shifting public anger away from systemic government failures and regulatory inefficiencies. In summary, paper-based wealth, taxpayer-funded lifestyles for leaders, and structural tax exemptions create a cycle that protects private interests at the expense of civic resources and public transparency. Thank you for watching this analysis. For further exploration, please refer to the linked resources on the screen regarding fiscal trust and policy symposia.